Hey TikTok. Well, this is a project that I've had sitting around. Those of you who keep up with me for a while, and there's not a lot of you that have been keeping up with me for a while, but y'all been hanging in there, and I really appreciate it. But a couple years ago, I did some Sherman tanks for this game, Warlord, and these are bolt action models. Or bolt action is the name of the game in the Warlord games. I don't know. Anyway, it's this guy right here. It's a Sherman 5C, which in American terms, it's an M4A4 Sherman that was sent over to the UK or Britain during Lend-Lease, and the British put a 17-pounder gun on it, and this was like, their solution to German armor. Ours was the 76. It's basically the same thing, only when the British did it, they put it in just the turret that comes with the Sherman, usual Sherman. So that's what all this back here is. See, this here is an extension for the hull so that the radio can go in there. The gun is taking up the vast majority of that turret. Anyway, that being said, I gotten other Sherman models from this company, and they were pretty good. When I first got this, it was a little bit more daunting because when I was looking over the parts, they were nothing like the M4 Shermans. They were nothing like those. They were nothing like the Rubicons. Those were like actual model kits. This is like sort of a thing that you just sort of throw together just to have it in the game. So I've been working on that. The rest, it basically just falls together pretty easy. The only difference is I went, and you see there's a difference between, see that light plastic and the darker plastic. These light plastic pieces are from Rubicon, and I had a bunch of leftover parts from when I did the Rubicon models. I used the 3-piece transmission in the front because it just looked so much better. Oh God, there goes the focus. Okay, there we go. And then the Rubicon 17-pounder looked way better than the one that comes with the kit, to the point where it had the barrel already drilled out. And the mantlet looked better. All these Rubicon parts just look so much better than the bolt action. And that's what these parts are back here, is Rubicon. That's about where I stopped replacing parts right now. I may go back and just raid my Rubicon parts for some more. Anyway, what I've been spending the last couple of hours working on was this crap right here. Okay, see this, all this, where it's all cut out, that was one solid piece, a part of the hull. And this part here with the hole is where the turret goes. See? That's how the turret sits on top of the tank. The only problem is, when I would do that, it looked like the turret was sitting way too high up on the top of the tank, to the point where it was just, it looked ridiculous. It gave it even higher silhouette than Sherman's normally had. It was just wrong. It was just wrong. So what I ended up having to do, my initial approach was to try and countersink. You'll see I have it sort of like, I have this sort of notch there. It's sort of like a corner, so that the turret can sort of sink into that. Didn't really work out great. I've got it to where, you see, it's still kind of rough. It's still kind of rough around the edges. I have to clean all that stuff up. But I finally just went ahead and cut the whole stupid thing out. And you see the supports I've got there. Oh my God, that is just one of the most slapdash crappy jobs. But, it works. I mean, there's like 3 layers of sprue there holding that one part up so that the turret can go into the top of the tank. But hey, it's lower. It worked. I accomplished my goal, and I got this thing to where it actually looks pretty decent now. See, it actually sits a little bit lower than what it did. I ended up having to shave off some of this applique armor here too. See, so yeah, that's like the hardest. That's been the hardest part so far. I think I'm going to try and get one of the Rubicon Fireflies, or probably just get another Rubicon Sherman. Probably another one of the composite hull guys, and just make a Firefly out of that. But it looks like it's going to be really cool. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back and look and see if any of the Fireflies that the Brits were using had applique armor, because I know American tanks had the applique armor. Had to have it. That was our thing. We didn't want the Germans to just pin us in the sides that easy. And you'll notice I didn't put the applique armor up on the front. I've just about seen every Firefly not have those plates up on the front of the Glacius armor. So my only thing now is going and looking and seeing if I can find reference photos for the applique on the sides. I may just go ahead and leave it on there. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It's probably inaccurate as hell, but still. But yeah, I'm getting back into these models. I may start doing these again. I don't know. I do know that the Rubicon M4s and the bolt action M4s, they have 2 different angles for this front glacis right here. The Rubicons are way too steep, and the bolt actions are just about right, which is weird because I like the Rubicons slightly better because they have slightly better details. You gotta do a lot to these bolt actions to actually get them to look good. But then again, these are gaming models, and not a lot of guys who play this game have absurd amounts of information in their head about Sherman tanks, and that's just because Shermans have been one of my favorite things since I was 9. So yeah, I know a lot about Sherman tanks. I kind of wish that I had something a little bit more useful in my head, but here we are. Anyway, this is my Firefly. This is like the first time I've ever actually approached a Firefly like this. I had a 1/35th scale one, but I never finished it. So this is going to be like, one of the first ones. I have reference photos. I have modeling ideas. So, I'm going to see where this one goes. Oh, dang. This is the longest video I've made in a while. Dang. Anyway, there he is.